Monday evening. It's the 3rd of July. I thought I'd try a couple of little tests today. One with brushes, this being a natural brush. I believe it's some sort of either horsehair or I don't know. And this one is a reasonably high quality synthetic. I'm going to use my old favourite. I'm going to use the red gela for the simple reason it's very kind. I say it's very kind because I want to try two razors today which are both stainless steel. They're both the same sort of size. They're just around the 6/8. One which I did in Hisham's shop on Saturday was the Mastro Livi Bocote wood. And the only thing I'd say about it is very clever design, not particularly well finished. I believe the slightly, for want of a better word, lesser priced Mastro Livis I've got a fairly scratchy grind to them. I mean, the edge is very fine, I'm sure, but I don't like to see something which has got less attention than it should have on the finish. Anyway, I'm just going to lather up and I'll show you the two razors because the other one is quite interesting. I bought it nearly 2 years ago. Might have been about 18 months ago. I can't find any receipt for it. I think I got it off the internet. I got it from China, brand spanking new. But what made me get it at the time, and hence the test today, is because it's stainless steel. Now, we all know our old friends from China with the standard carbon steel, the gold dollars. Wasn't very interested in getting one of those. I've had quite a few. Very good for learning on, for learning how to hone, but not a lot of use. This particular one is quite unusual. It's, let me show you. It came in this wonderful exotic cardboard box. I put a lot of work into this. Just let me draw the blind down a little bit. The sun's coming right in the window. That's better. Yeah, I put a lot of work into this. When I got it, didn't have much of an edge. It had a slight warp in the blade. So I put this one on the stones. As you can see by the glitter, it has a very, very fine, I think I'm right in saying, there's a 20K Suhiru edge. It is blisteringly sharp. It's actually got quite nice scales. They're very thick. They're some sort of plastic. I put on a little bit of decoration on the spine, as you can see, because my once Scottish ancestry, that's a traditional form of diamond pattern that you get on Scottish dirks. No marks on it anywhere, other than the fact I gave it a thorough good testing, and it is stainless steel. It's very high grade stainless steel. It won't take gunback or acid or anything. So let's just try this as a quick first pass. Not bad at all. This is on about, I don't know, 2 days of stubble. Yeah, it's actually surprisingly nice. That's very good indeed. Oh, that is cutting effortlessly. I'm doing this test to compare what should be a very cheap, not very high quality Chinese stainless steel razor, brand new, against the much vaulted Mastro Livi. You can see it's doing a pretty good job so far. Anyway, just as a comparison, the Mastro Livi with the Bocote scales, very, very nice. Very clever design, all made from one piece of wood. The adjustable, very finely adjustable little screws on the side, screw on the side. The box is rather gorgeous. How about that for a pretty case? This is an olive wood case, and inside, underneath the lining, you get the key, which is a star key. Very handy. Extraordinarily cheap. I mean, I think they're about 20 pence, 30 pence each. However, the box I have improved, because that's what I do for a living. Restoration of wood and metal. I had to go over the Mastro Livi on the lid because it was almost not there at all. However, let's try this. They've both been stropped by me this evening. Do forgive this ridiculous lighting. Sorry chaps, can't help it. Well, well, well. Nope. My 20k Suhiru edge is far better than the Mastro Livi. In fact, I think I'm going to have to put a new edge on this Mastro Livi. It's barely adequate. It did hanging hair test. No, that is no good. So this is going to go to the stones. When you consider it's something like 40 times more expensive than this, and this is the better razor. Oh, that's beautiful. So they're both stainless steel. I've absolutely no idea what the grade of steel is on this Chinese one. When I got it, didn't have much of a edge on it. Yeah, it was a factory edge. Oh, this is really good. I'll have to do another shave another day and try it with my little Mastro Livi travel kit, which that one has a better edge, but it needs to be sent and retested. On Saturday, I actually did a tiny little cut, which is why I'm going down and not up. If you follow the opposite to how you cut yourself, it was a weep. I wouldn't go as far as calling it a cut. This is really doing a bloody excellent job. I think this cost me a fortune, this Chinese razor. I think it cost me 11 quid. And the Mastro Livi is in many hundreds of pounds and isn't a patch, but that's not indicative of the steel. It's probably the fact that for some reason hasn't got that brilliant an edge. I think Mastro Livi does a strange procedure of using 3K then straight onto some sort of natural stone, briefly, Kotigo I believe, and then, strangely enough, I believe he goes straight onto his Mastro Livi green paste. This is an extremely good edge. So, there you have it. Isn't that strange? I don't think you could have shaved with this as it came from China. It had a slight warp, as they always do in the blade. Not much, it was pretty good actually. I think I'm in love. This is a really good edge on the cheapest little bloody horrible Chinese razor. I am amazed. But that's the strange way. Anyway, it just goes to show how good and this was put on, what, 18 months ago, so this edge, I haven't used it. All I've done was dropped it. So, sorry Mastro Livi, you're going to need to go back to the stones, because this little devil is working extremely well. I'm sure, I don't even like this size of blade. I'm really only happy with big blades. But it is cutting, it is really cutting. You can hear it. Yeah, my horrible old wiry stubble is taking a good sound thrashing. I'm not even going to bother using the Mastro Livi. It's needs putting onto a better finish. So as this stainless steel Chinese horror seems to be working so well, I think I'd probably be wise to put the Mastro Livi Bocote onto the same stone, or the same stone progression, which will mean I'll be putting it onto a 20k Suhiru at some point. That'll be interesting. But yeah, the scales on this are extremely pretty, rather slick. I have to say the wood scales on the Bocote are actually far better to hold. Size-wise, as you can see, the Bocote Livi is a square nose, and this Chinese stainless is a round nose. This has quite a deep hollow. This one doesn't. I would honestly say that this Livi Bocote is virtually a half hollow, and this little Chinese job is a very generous full hollow, and for my money it's doing a superb job. I'm now going to try, only because I like messing about, I'm going to try the synthetic brush and just give that a quick whisk round and see. Yeah, that's pretty good. The one thing I like about the synthetic, because I'm lazy, is you go straight from off the rack, straight into water, straight into your lather. Pretty good job. Thing I don't like about natural brushes or natural bristle is, one, if you leave it dry, it's really stiff. It's got to be soaked for a little while. The other thing is, I had a joyous amount of lather and a wonderful little shave on Saturday using the Mastro Livi travel kit, which has got, I think, a very high grade of small brush in it. I'm assuming it's, I think it's a badger, but of course it holds the water too long. Meaning, if you're using it as a travel kit, you've got to stick it back in its loose drop wet. So if you are travelling and you forgot it was there, it's going to moulder and probably rot. This is a surprise. This is a very nice Chinese stainless steel, probably a 6/8, which I'd forgotten all about, even though I put a reasonable amount of work on it. But at the time, I wasn't really into stainless steel razors. I was much more into high-grade carbon. My favourite, of course, being any of the Spanish variety. So there am I going over the same area that I cut on Saturday. Just there, little tiny red mark there. This isn't going to open because it's only a little tiny one, so I'm not bothered. This is a real shock. Well, well, well. Anyway, I think this is going to do me because I think I've just about covered everything. Maybe a little tiny bit on the chin. It sings, this particular stainless steel. It's a very fine hollow grind, and you can actually hear it. It's really quite a noisy little razor. I like that. It's doing its work. Yeah. Well, well, well. So that's one up for China, one down for Italy. They're both stainless steel. They're both about the same length of blade. One is a half hollow, and this little fella is a full hollow. Much the same as I tested on Saturday. The Graffetto, which is what you get in the travel kit. That was, nice little razor. There's something definitely amiss with this one. This is going to go to the stones. This is going to get spanked properly. Whereas this one, which is 18 months since I used it, I just lightly stropped it. It's so it's got a very, very, very high polished edge, as you can probably see. That is a total mirror on the edge, and of course on a little bit on the spine, where of course I had to take a few warps out. Yeah, first rate razor, isn't going to rust, isn't going to warp. This little fella, well, it's still a Mastro Livi, but it's going to go to the stones, that's for certain. Anyway, chaps, I'll just quickly wash off. I don't want to make this too long. You notice my videos seem to be getting longer. Yeah, Lord, it's 18 minutes. I do apologise, but it was, for me, a very interesting little shave. I can't honestly say I've been more shocked in a long time. Here we go with the alum. No, nothing. Oh, that's a lie. Little tiny sting just there. But bearing in mind I haven't used either of these razors for a very long time. In fact, the Mastro Livi I only used once on Saturday, and I wasn't particularly impressed with it then. I'm less than impressed with it now. Hopefully next time I use it, we'll have it with a brand new edge. It's nice to have a little bit of a sting from the alum. It gives you the feeling of, you could do better next time, which no doubt I will. Anyway, that's a very nice shave. I'm not complaining. It's not BBS because I only do these strange tests. So it's Martin's shave test, my strange channel. I do apologise about the ridiculous lighting. It's not my fault. It's the sun going down. I'm facing west. Anyway, chaps, thanks for watching. Do give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Today, as I say, it's been a bit of a shock test. We have the wonderful, wonderful Mastro Livi Bocote, and we have this little Chinese horror, which is actually a very fine razor, and for the money, you couldn't beat it. It's literally a 40th of the price. Anyway, see you all soon. Thanks for watching.